There are three major issues that dominated the discussion. One was, how do we respond to the climate change that is coming up? Because last year agriculture was hit very adversely. The growth rate was only 1.4% because of El Nino. And this year also we are not very sure how the monsoon is going to behave. Although initially IMD said very good monsoon, and then for a week it disappeared. So how do we tackle with this climate change question? More allocation to R&D, more allocation to better farming practices that are in line with nature and preserve water, and more payment for the ecosystem services that are in line with nature. So that's one big issue, and that is what was discussed. Second was on the subsidies, fertilizer subsidy or many other subsidies. Instead of giving to the industry, give it directly to the farmers on a per hectare basis, or whatever the method is resolved. The issue there was, how do you resolve the problem of owner versus the tenant? Because PM Kisan also is only on for the owners, whereas the tenant could be somebody else who is the real tiller. So we have to resolve this, and I presented that China has already done it. We can do it. We need to create a sort of a GST type council between the center and the states. Andhra had taken some lead in registering all these tenants and issuing them some certificates type so that they can get credit and other facilities.
So can't government use the data which is available for the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi?
PM Kisan doesn't recognize the tenants. That's the problem.
So what would be the structure, sir?
So that is what I'm saying, that you need to first do the spade work of onboarding the tenants.
Right.
And that's a difficult job, but it can be done.
Major areas of reform that were discussed. One was that all the different kind of subsidies routed through different projects, programs and that must be clubbed together and directly transferred to the farmer's account the way Kisan Samman Nidhi is done. Right. The second was that many schemes including Kisan Samman Nidhi, the tenant farmer do not get benefits. The owners of the land, they are in the records of the government, so that subsidy reaches to their account. So how the tenant farmers, so suggestion was that like Chinese model where a lot of advertising is done so that tenant farmers log on to a portal and they benefit. If there is a double claim, then there is verification of that. Third area was about fertilizer subsidy reforms, which is too much urea centric subsidy creating havoc with the health of the soil. Ideal ratio of 4:2:1 of nitrogen, phosphorus and potash that has gone down the drain, causing a lot of environmental degradation also, because that subsidy, unnecessary overuse of urea, so bad in many ways. So suggestion was that urea prices must be now increased. There is a frozen for a long time because there is a political hue and cry whenever even little increase. Second, significant part of the subsidy should be transferred from urea to phosphorus, nitrogen to phosphorus and to potash, and also extended to biofertilizers to strengthen the organic agriculture. So the question is that there are no standards available. Let the R&D investment be increased so that there is a fertilizer technology development, there is a farmers education programs, and also how biofertilizers are to be standardized so that they qualify for the subsidy.